This week we are looking for, we're on the UFO trail to an alleged crashed UFO that landed here in Nottinghamshire back in 1987. Army rocked up. We've even found the cover-up sign. Watch this episode, you won't be sorry, it's fascinating. Keep watching. It's not coming from any particular direction.
What the hell was that?
Oh!
What? You're alright?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's been placed, as we can see. No.
It's no secret that Nottingham is one of the UK's hotspots when it comes to UFO sightings. In fact, it appears UFO activity in Nottinghamshire is backed up by a virtual soup of stories buzzing around the internet. However, one such story was reported by so many people, it's difficult to imagine it isn't true. This story is so good, I wouldn't be shocked to hear that Spielberg is using it for his latest blockbuster.
So what is it about this story that's so good, we hear you ask? Well, for starters, it's set in the late 80s, involves a fireball which crashes into an area of woodland, a ton of eyewitnesses, the police and the military.
Since the end of the war, a vast number of sightings have been reported right across Nottinghamshire. A local library who noticed this even has a file just for strange reports. People have not only reported sightings, they claim to have had close encounters with ETs.
The BBC have a list of eyewitness reports available on their website. Mavis from Arnold reported having seen 2 UFOs in the late 1960s. The first was while she was on holiday at a popular seaside resort, Inglemells, on the Lincolnshire coast. Lincolnshire is also well known for its RAF and Allied military bases during the Second World War. The second was closer to home in Arnold Notts. Around 50 individuals from across Arnold, Basford, Hucknall and Ilkeston all reported having seen what looked like 2 large car headlights moving very slowly at low altitude.
Mike from Hucknall says at the age of 11 he and his parents were coming back from the city by the forest where they saw a bright light high in the sky. What they found strange was the way it moved suddenly to the side over a distance of a few miles in the fraction of a second. The light stopped dead before shooting off at different angles and eventually vanishing completely. Mike has spent the last 30 years as a pilot and doesn't believe that even today there would be any man-made craft which could have behaved in the same way the UFO did on that night.
Ruth in Stapleford reports that in 1978, whilst collecting washing in from the garden, she saw an object covered in lights hovering above her. The children, who were 9 at the time, came outside and to their amazement the craft was still hovering above the garden. All 3 of them saw the same thing. The craft eventually moved away at an unimaginable speed, passing over a nearby school. Ruth and her children still talk about this incident today. This story was taken from the Nottingham Evening Post, which also mentions on the same day, in a field in Arnold, a couple reported that they saw a craft land in the field that they were in.
34 years ago, Pat, who lives in Southwell, reported whilst pregnant and living in Grantham, she would visit a friend on Fridays whilst her husband went out. Pat states the event happened every Friday evening for about 6 weeks. We saw an awful lot of activity over the house in Grantham. It was summer and it was very warm. Not only did Pat and her friend see unidentifiable craft, they also reported having seen aeroplanes in pursuit of the craft before being outpaced by them. Pat states the craft were an assortment of shapes and sizes, and that they'd even seen what looked like a mothership where the smaller craft would emerge from. One evening, Pat's friend run the local Air Force base, stating what they had witnessed and that they had seen fighter jets chasing after the strange craft. The airbase denied all knowledge. Shortly after this, they were visited by two men, one of whom didn't speak and the other who was very aggressive, and told them not to say anything and were never to repeat the story to anyone else.
After listening to an article on local radio, Barbara and Terry of Newbury searched for news clippings from 1987. They both remember witnessing the event on December 9th, 1987, whilst out on their way to work. As Terry came down the road, Barbara looked up after hearing a droning sound and saw what she could only describe as a huge object with lots of windows and lights. The object was moving slowly and at a low altitude and seemed to fill a huge area. The couple couldn't believe what they had seen and were relieved to read a report validating their experience in the Evening Post the next day.
The Nottingham Evening Post reported in The Mystery of City UFO Sightings. Baffled police and airport officials have admitted they are stumped by reports of close encounters with a mysterious flying object over Nottingham last night. Calls from Broxtowe, West Bridgford and Sherwood areas reported sightings of strange lights in the sky on an object the size of a football pitch, travelling very slowly and accompanied by a deep hum. But inquiries revealed there were no aircraft in the area at that time. I just don't know what it was, a police spokesman said. We checked with the Civil Aviation Authority, East Midlands Airport and RAF bases, but no one was able to help. But police have had no reports of anyone being beamed aboard by the mystery craft.
A Mr. Maycroft from Beeston has reported 4 sightings in total. The first sighting was an incident which occurred in 1950. He states, I was working with a Nottingham firm doing contract work for the BBC. Whilst working 600 feet up a TV mast on a very clear day, I observed a UFO in the direction of Huddersfield. The UFO was saucer-shaped and silver in colour. The object was observed for approximately 2 hours by at least 20 people, most of the staff of the BBC station, including the station manager. After about 2 hours it accelerated upwards at a very fast rate and vanished. I was told that the incident was reported to the authorities.
The second incident is seeing a very large silver and orange disc. This was in 1954. I was walking down an unlit country lane. The disc was stationary and low in the sky towards Hardwick Hall. I only saw it for about 5 minutes, then it just vanished. On this occasion, I was on my own.
The third time I saw something unusual was in 1989. I was walking home from an afternoon at work. It would have been about 11 PM in December and it was a cold and frosty clear night. I was drawn to look upwards to a noise like a loud buzzing bee, looking towards Long Eaton. I saw a triangular shaped object. It was about 60 feet long on each side, and along the underside of each edge there was an alternating red and blue light. The whole thing was slowly rotating in a clockwise direction. After approximately 10 minutes the light started to go out and the object vanished.
My last sighting was in 1997 at about 11:30 AM in February. I saw a pulsating orange ball over the River Trent. The ball appeared to be stationary. After less than a minute it moved away at a tremendous rate and vanished. By far the most intriguing story we've found happened in Kirkby in Ashfield in 1987. On the night of November 12, 1987, a fireball tumbled from the sky and as it passed over houses blew out the windows, before crashing into an area of woodland behind the houses. What makes this really strange is that the police turned up to close the roads to allow the armed forces to clear the site. Today we stand in front of what is now a quarry. Back in 1987, what we have before us was all farmers' fields.
When we arrived, when we got here, there was no one here. We stopped here to take some footage, to do some filming, and I don't know what that was there. Okay. Sorry, I've just got distracted. There was a shadow across there, across this path. Shit you not. Anyway, I'll keep my eyes peeled. There's no one here. We've just walked down the path, take a bit of footage, and we've been approached by two guys coming from different directions that wanted to speak to us.
Both plain clothes.
Both plain clothes.
This is a sand quarry, yet this fence, this perimeter fence, goes for miles. Miles.
It goes all the way around it. Who knew sand needed so much protection?
Is it the sand they're protecting that?
Exactly.
This is what we're here to find out. Right, starting to see some lights now. Peeping through the woodland. Okay, where to now? I want to get over there. Yes, that's right, it's this way. Yeah.
What's this? What's this, sir?
Now then, there's some serious noise going on over there, which sounds like weird screaming, but it's actually owls. Owls screaming. I think we just need to watch his step, kid, to be honest. What's this? What's this metallic light? This metallic object over here?
Is that a silver blue?
It surely is.
I'm kidding.
I'm not kidding. Been there for quite a while. Forever. Just gonna get some GoPro on it.
Kid.
It's a number one.
Okay.
Take a whistle.
Interesting.
Very interesting to find that there.
No, I'll show you why.
Well, it's an alleged crash site, isn't it?
I'll send you.
There's a link. There's a tenuous link.
It's not so tenuous.
Right. Watching it, kid.
Not the lighter. Not the lighter. Switch the lighter.
Off.
Yeah.
So, for the purpose of this video, over in that direction, over there, I don't know if you can see that, but there is a lot of light over there. So that is the site of the quarry. You know, if we look over here and there's loads of like tin helmets and they're all like military police and stuff.
And these things milling about with boxes going diggy 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 diggy. Yeah. So all this then?
What do you mean?
Well, this detritus flying everywhere.
Oh,
I can't see that, even through my torch.
right. And why am I not picking it up?
What? And it's not coming from any particular direction.
What the hell's that?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, so we're going to have to edit this.
Okay, so right, we'll do it this way. As you can see, I'm picking it up, and he's not.
And we can't actually see it physically. I'm going to try and GoPro it.
See if the GoPro picks that, because I can't feel anything either.
What the hell's that?
100 miles an hour, there's millions of them.
It's not on the GoPro.
It's just here as well, it's just appeared.
As we got to the alleged site, which is fortified like to death. Nice banking up round it, so you can't actually peep over it. And there ain't no way I'm climbing up there, kid.
Oh,
What?
I've got the crispiest crystal clear view of that sign, and then it just starts to, oh, starts to crap out. I've still got them flying things.
What the hell, that? What the hell are they?
I don't know, there's nothing, I can't, even,
Let me stand this side, can we? There's nothing.
it's everywhere, kid.
Not on here, in. What's that all about?
And it's dead fast. What? Where are you going fast?
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Oh, I'm not getting any focus either. So we're not exactly sure where this crash site is, but before 1987, when this alleged site was, as far as I'm aware,
That was
this
Farmers Fields.
wasn't here, this, and it's Farmers Fields. And now it's a quarry.
Quarry, yeah.
Or is it? Them big oak trees, them big oak trees, them big oak trees.
Can we have a little wander a bit further down here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Them big oak trees just got me.
Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree.
There's a bit steppy there, isn't it?
Yeah, watch out for that. Oh, I've got yet more
Webbings.
webs in here.
Oh, the bit webs going everywhere. Right, have I got any more speedy? I have.
Have you?
Not as speedy here though.
Clearly a very active site over there.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know if you can hear that on the camera, on the mic. But there's loads of noise. To a clearing.
Ooh. A small hamlet.
A wee Bradbury. Are there any aliens? Are there any aliens?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to tear around, and I've gone then just after I went.
Oh. I'm an alien. Did you see it? Quite a thicket.
It is a thicket.
We're amongst the brush.
Well, look at these buggers.
How easily illuminated is it?
Oh, dude!
What?
Don't shine at my eyes, thank you.
You alright?
No. Keep going.
Okay.
Right, stop. Did you hear that?
What?
In them bushes.
No. We're amongst the brush.
Well, look at these buggers.
How easily illuminated is it?
Oh.
Illuminated is it?
Oh.
Illuminated is it?
Oh.
Illuminated is it?
Oh, I did. Keep going.
Right. What's going from?
Deal. I've not leathered anybody for a long while.
Chewing.
It was nearly shit me son.
Right.
Right, I've got a bit for clearing here. Well, that's been cut back recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well found.
Come here. It's there. Can't you hear it? What's that?
What?
What floor area? There. Where are we? There.
Oh, it's your finger.
Yeah, that's not there.
Middle of the path.
Yeah.
Where that shadow is.
No. There, look. I was about there.
All right. Okay.
And it was like a... In fact, let me just try something, because I don't know if it might have been my coat, but it did make my hair stand up.
Right.
No.
It was a genuine cha-cha.
It was like... Right under there. In the... hopefully the audio's picked it up.
Hopefully.
But it did almost poo just like you. What was that? Up your hand. Right, I'm getting freaked out now.
You don't need to freak out, kid.
I've not heard the cow machine going, the cow shredder, whatever
No.
it is that they've got going.
So the pace has quickened. Mark has picked up on some strange noise, and yeah, we're getting out of here. I think. Spirits are high. Or
No,
are they?
no,
No?
they're not.
Yes, well, they might be. I've got to say, it is incredible how your ears pick up on loads of noises when you're in woods.
And it does in the dark.
It does.
My friend, my lifelong friend, who shall remain nameless, but you'll know who you are, always used to say it does. It's always louder at night time.
It's something to do with the density of the air. Man's a genius.
Yeah, air density. Which is why, in the evening and in the morning, you get bird song, because the voices of the birds carry further on the still air. There you go, every day's a school day. We picked an absolute classic time to get lost in the woods.
Let's check the map. Should we just go this way?
Oh, shall we check them out? Back.
Yeah. Well, get it off me then. Right back. Do a stick or something for cobwebs. That'll be a squirrel. That's what that'll be up there.
That's it. Just keep naming forest animals.
Ganging up on us. They're going to throw rabbits at us like they do in open season.
That is mint.
I love that film. Boo! Ooh.
Ooh. What? Oh. That looks like Yeti damage.
Dude, that's something, because that's been...
Yeah, it's been placed, as we can see.
No, look.
Look up above. Yeah, it's landed in the Veronica
It's
of
either,
that tree.
either a peach of a fall, or something's put that there.
Yeah, someone's put that there because it's actually snapped from over there, look.
Has it though? Look, there's another bit here.
Yeah, it's had a double snapping.
And fell dead on.
I'll tell you what, that's rock solid, that. And if a Yeti wanted to snap that, I'd just let it do it.
Yeah, me and all. I've not seen many ground dwellers.
Well, I won't be ground dwelling if there were aliens in woods.
Yeah, but things come out, don't they? That will... Rats and voles and stuff.
Rats and voles. Is that an early form of rock and roll?
Rats and voles, was it? This looks, this decided like a bike park of some description. Maybe. It could be.
Could be. For a bit of loving care.
Yeah, you could definitely use it. Well, that was an interesting, quite scary hike out in the woods at goodness knows when at night time, but worth it. I was a little bit, yeah, I was a little bit scared.
It was the cha-cha-chas that were
It
getting
was.
you.
They were. Seriously, I definitely heard something out there. Now, obviously, there's a lot of eyewitnesses, a lot of evidence to say something did crash there in 1987. But we, you know, other than a few sounds, and we didn't really see any
I disagree.
aliens coming after us.
We didn't get any aliens coming after us, but what were them floaty things that were on your screen that you were picking up that I couldn't see? We couldn't actually see them. We could only see them on your screen.
That is true.
That was odd.
That was weird. So we got the things flying around, and then we got the noises.
The noises.
And the noises did seem to me that something was following us. And it was all very strange. Now, whether the quarry's there or not is a coincidence, or whether it's there, is it a quarry? Are they still looking for wreckage from the crash, or were there some intergalactic extraterrestrial elements that we
Yes.
don't have on Earth?
Yes, that's what it is.
They're digging for, they're mining for. Who knows?
They're looking
Who
for
knows?
parts of a craft, spilt elements that
Spilled elements.
that can't be located without digging a quarry, and sending out plainclothes men to ask you what you're doing there.
It was a bit strange, and it does seem a bit strange that there's a lot of fencing and steel fencing and signs up that are protecting sand. Who knows? Maybe it's time to get my tinfoil hat on. Who knows?
Maybe.
So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and ding the dinger.
Ding the dingy bell.
Get it dinged.
Please,
If
that'd
you
be
want us to
great.
go out and investigate anymore, we are planning next year on going out to Rendlesham Forest. We're going to do a camp out there and see if we can pick anything up there. I've been out there before, and it's a fascinating place. If you want to Google it and check it out before we go. But there will be a video on that at some point next year. So look out for the next video. Top secret as always. We'll let you know when it is. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Cheers.
Ta-ta.